Hi, it's Tia. Before I start, I wanted to say that there is a downloadable link below in the information box that matches the image that I'm going to be coloring. So you can color along with me as I do the picture. So if you want, you can pause now, download, and come back and color along with me because I'm going to do this one in real time. So happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everyone. I wanted to make a video today, even though I usually don't do videos on Mondays. I just wanted to let all of you know how much I appreciate each and every like, every comment, and every subscriber. It really does mean the world to me, so I wanted to do a little something in return. So today I'm introducing the BUNS. It's going to be a coloring book that's going to be out hopefully in the spring. I'm not going to set a definite date, but I'm working diligently on it. And like I said, hopefully in the spring it will be released. So I decided I'm going to do a color along with this image today. It's actually not going to be in the book. I just put it together really quickly as a last minute Christmas giveaway. So don't forget to download the link below. And I wanted to tell you that I'm using Polychromos pencils. On the bun, I'm going to use grays and pinks. And on the branches, there's one Prismacolor for the branches, meaning the bark of the branches, and dark greens for the pine needles. Now, I'm not really being super specific because you can pick any green that you like. I like them in the teal greenish range, or let me see what this one is. Okay, this one was permanent green olive that I used, and the one Prismacolor that I used for the branch was the peach beige. But for right now, I started out with Cold Gray 1. And what I'm doing right now is just really, really lightly making the first layer. And I find that the lighter that I go and the more time I take, the fluffier and softer the image ends up looking. I just sketched this image with a Graphic Gear 500. That's a Pentel mechanical pencil, and I used 0.3 sized lead. I didn't do it like a regular coloring book just because I wanted the image to be small so I could do it relatively quickly and you could follow along, although the image that I'm giving you is full size. So you can get the idea of what I'm doing, and if you have to, I guess you can go back and watch it a couple of times. But at least you'll have the idea. And anyway, what I was saying, I used the light pencil because I just wanted to give it as soft a look as possible, and just to give you an idea of what it looks like before it actually becomes a coloring book image. I'm using the Cold Gray 2 now, and I'm going over the same areas that I used the Cold Gray 1. And I'm forming what will eventually be the shadows on the bun. And sometimes I like going in very lightly at first because I'm getting an idea of what I want the image to look like. I don't always know what it's going to look like as I'm doing it. And sometimes there's happy accidents. And sometimes it's almost like a little bit of an experiment. Now I'm using the Cold Gray 3. So as you can see, I'm progressively getting a little bit darker. And it's funny because I made this specifically to look really soft and cute, and even the Christmas ball that he's standing on is going to look very soft and muted. And it's interesting because the more soft that I want the image to look, the sharper I make the pencil, because it gets really into the grain of the paper and you can make them look soft and fluffy and almost ethereal. That soft, like frosty fuzzy way. And bunnies are just so cute. And I think the softer they look, the cuter they look. Now I'm using almost a lavender pink. I'll put all the colors in the information box below. I'm kind of being a little vague on purpose, so if you're using Prismas or Polychromos or Pablo's or Spirafarben or Marco's, whatever, you can color along. Once again, I'm going very lightly on the detail part of this Christmas ornament. And I am eventually going to make it more defined, especially in the shadowy area, because that area would be darker and deeper. But I'm not going to go very intensely on the whole thing because I want it to look, like I said, soft and diffused and pretty. So I'm going to make the shadow on the right side of the bunny. So I'm going to also make the shadow on the right side of the Christmas ball. So on this lower right side of the ball, I'm going a little bit darker, and I'm being a little bit less careful about being diffusey and soft. I'm going back and forth between two different pinks because I want the center of the ball to be brighter, because around the perimeter, around the edges of the ornament would be a little bit darker, because that would give the impression that the ball was round. Dark colors recede and light colors bring things forward. I'm going in with pink, and I'm making some more details on the Christmas ornament. I'm just doing some light dots just to add a little bit of interest. Now I'm going to go over the area before I really make a commitment and start to cover everything with darker and more burnished colors. So I'm taking a Tombow Mono Zero eraser and erasing most of the guidelines. I left them on the bunny because the bunny is mostly gray, but this is pink, and it's going to be almost like a cornflower blue, so I didn't want that to muddy up the colors. So there's a dark, warmer gray, and I'm doing some details on the face. Yep, I changed my mind about that pink. It was a little too flesh colored, and I wanted it to be like a true, not quite fuchsia, but a very cool, bright pink. I thought it would kind of be nice to have a complement of the bunny's ears. I'm also going to use a little bit across the bridge of his little nose, and put that same color in the Christmas ornament. It would sort of tie everything together. Now let me see what color that was. That was Pink Madder Lake. And that other color that I used before on the ornament was light magenta. I'm using cold gray too on the edges of the top of the ornament. Now that's the part that I would consider using either silver or gold. Today I thought it would be nice to keep it in the gray family for not quite a monochromatic, but it would add to like the nice soft muted look of the whole image. So I put that gray color on the edges of the ornament so it appears a little darker and the center looks like a reflection on the silver. I'm starting to color with sky blue on the ornament around the details that I originally made pink. And then on the right side of the ornament, where I would consider it to be in the shadow, I will go in with light ultramarine. And the closer to the edge I color, the darker I want the ornament to appear, because that area will be in the shadow. Now for the next several minutes, I'm going to be going back and forth, coloring the ornament with Pink Madder Lake, sky blue, light ultramarine, light magenta, and then I'm going to go over the top and blend several times with white. I make the pink on that right lower area darker also, because that would also be in the shadow and would appear to be darker. So there's quite a bit of layers here, and I am doing it very lightly, very carefully, because I do want that the whole image to be diffused. I'm going to speed this next part up a little bit because it's a whole lot of me going back and forth with those colors. So I added that same pink by his little nose, and I'm going over once again with the grays. I'm just defining the areas a little bit more. Giving him a little shadow under his chin. Now I'm blending everything with the white Polychromos pencil. I'm defining his little features again. Adding little tiny darker tips to his ears, just so he stands out a bit, and the same little tip at the end of his tail, or the tip of his tail. He's a little more defined. He still looks fuzzy to me, so I'm okay with it. Adding a little bit of shadow to the edge of the ornament. And more definition to the silverish part of the ornament. I'm coloring in the shadow. And once again, more layers and more definition to the bun, and I'm putting a shadow underneath him too. I'm going over the top of the dark gray with a light gray, because to me it makes it look really nice and realistic as a shadow. Now I'm blending the bunny with the white pencil. Going in again with more layers of pink and blue. Now I'm taking a Prismacolor pencil and I'm drawing the branches of a pine tree, or in this case, I'm assuming it's a Christmas tree. I think that color is called peach beige, or beige peach. Now take any deepish color green that you like and draw in some pine needles. As you can see, they all don't have to be very much in order and in a row. I'm kind of going not all over the place, but slightly more random than you would think. It makes it look a bit more realistic. And take your time. So you get the idea. Well, thank you for joining me on Christmas. Like I said in the beginning, I'm so glad that you all watch my videos and that I can share these things with you. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate every like and every share and every follower. So once again, everybody have a happy, happy holiday and even a more wonderful new year. And I will see you in the next video. I'm sorry, I was just thinking, do I have to talk more about the colors? But no, those are the same colors. And once again, I'm just going in and fussing and adding more layers. So like I was saying, thank you all. I appreciate that you're here. Happy holiday hugs to you all. And there's a little bit more of the video to go. So I hope you stay and watch it to the end. And I hope you download the image and recreate it for yourself. You can find it right below in the information box. So again, this little guy is from a book that's coming up soon called The BUNS. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, I will keep you updated on that too. So I'll be working hard to get that out very soon. Oh, and by the way, I have a couple of videos coming up with Prismacolor pencils and a brand new set of Hero pencils. I'll see you soon. Bye!